Alright, if I were to compare the three capital cities in the Pacific Northwest between Salem, Olympia, and Boise, if I were to pick one of my favorites, I'd have to say it was Salem so far. Between these three at least. Because parking overnight, it seemed a little bit easier. At first when I got there, it was a challenge, but once I started getting into the swing of things, sleeping in a Safeway parking lot behind it, and on the side sometimes, and then parking in the park during the daytime, where I could pull out my bicycle and then bicycle to the library. That was easy to do. I never got bothered by the cops in Salem, and that was pretty nice. And in Olympia, I never parked in the city of Olympia. I always made sure to stay on the outskirts cities of that city, such as Lacey or I think it starts with a P. I forget it. I sleep in the Walmart parking lot. It's south of Olympia, whatever it's called. And I did get bothered once in that one city I can't think of, in a Walmart parking lot. Man, I just can't think of it for some reason. It's on my driver's license, actually, but it was a little. I think it was a little scarier around Olympia. I think the cops are a little tougher because it had a lot of Tumwater. Man, I was thinking P for some reason. Yeah, the cops are tough in Tumwater because a lot of the government buildings are around there and stuff. It's a lot of government activity, government supported jobs. People probably took their jobs for granted that there's, because it's government supported. But that's with every capital city. There's all kinds of government buildings around the city. I mean, every capital's got it. Olympia has it. Salem has it. Boise has it. So, all right, for parking overnights and stuff around the area, I'd say Salem's better than Olympia, and they're both better than Boise, because Boise is tough. Food banks, I think Salem might be a little bit better. There seem to be more food banks in Salem, but between Olympia and Boise, let me think. Olympia did have some good ones in the city and around. I'd look pretty hard, but man, Boise's pretty good too. I'd say Olympia and Boise are pretty equal on food bank situation. Libraries, my favorite library is in Salem. All right, I really like that. I mean, you can't just park next to it. You have to pay for parking. So I would avoid paying and just park like a couple of miles away and then bicycle in, or sometimes walk in. And the walk wasn't too bad either. I'd park in the park on the other side of the river and walk over. Olympia, I don't park in the city, so it's pretty rare that I would be able to get to that library. That'd be a long journey to get to the library, and then the library is not very desirable in Olympia anyway. I didn't really like it. It's only one floor, whereas in Boise and Salem there are a couple of floors. Yeah. Boise would be coming second behind Salem, I think. I'd rate the libraries as Salem being the best, then Boise, then Olympia. But all of them, you have to pay for parking to get nearby. And then, yeah, there's other little things, but overall, right now, I think I like Salem the most.